Hi everybody, this is Staci from Staci.tries.makeup. Thank you for being here for my very first Get Ready With Me video, and obviously with the funny, why Elon Musk should buy me a house. You're going to see me do this look, and I'm going to talk a little bit too much and not spread it out quite right, but I'll get the hang of it later. This is my first video. So I hope you enjoy the video, and any comments or anything, just leave them here or on Instagram. Go there, Staci, Staci.tries.makeup, and follow me there. I post looks and unboxings and whatnot. Maybe subscribe. I think it's this side, or might be this side. I don't know. So here we go. Hi. Okay, so my first Get Ready With Me video, and obviously you saw the title, so I'm going to be telling a little story. So the first thing I'm going to use, my primer, Fenty. I will try to make sure I show every item that I use, but most likely if I forget something, don't worry, I'll put everything in the description, and it'll also be on Instagram with the actual pictures that I take, everything that I use. But remember, this is my first time, so we're gonna have some mistakes. I want to get into the story first about the title as to why Elon Musk owes me a house, maybe, kind of. So May 4th in 2019, I was at my job, and there was a Tesla. At my job, I worked at an auto auction. I was a driver. I'd move cars around to the different things they had to do. Revolution Pro, for my eyes. And there was a Tesla where it shouldn't go. So me and a coworker went where we were gonna move it. Teslas are a pain in the butt if you don't know. They're super, super quiet. There's really hard to know when they're on if you don't know. Next thing you know, I'm on top of the car. I talked to her, she said that it just kind of went, it kind of even went towards me like it was Christine and it was mad at me. But but I was lucky. I did not get as injured as I could have, and that's a whole nother thing I'll tell you about in a minute. Sorry if I go too much forward. I'm still trying to figure out how to set up. I'll get stuff for the background here and all of that, because right now I'm sitting on my bed. Okay, so I get hit by the car, and I broke my leg right at my knee. It's called a tibial plateau fracture, and we didn't know about it until 7 weeks when I got an MRI. I knew right away there was something wrong. My knee hurt, but I went to the clinic and they thought that it was a meniscus tear. It was not. It was broken. And the joy of that is we're still working on that, because it's just ever tiny itty little bit healed off. But with your body, if anything's even the tiniest bit off, it throws everything for a loop. And it's obviously, when it's that tiny, it's not worth going back in and re-breaking the leg and resetting it and all of that. It's a lot more, that's a lot more trouble than it's worth. So I just have a messed up knee. I also broke my arm, my wrist. Now, I have broken this wrist multiple times, and I think this time my wrist was like, that's it, we're done. The muscles all here were like, no, that's it. We've given you chances to figure this out, but this is the last straw. You hurt us too many times. So like, the muscles in my arm don't work anymore. Well, they do, but they don't. I've lost a lot of strength, and luckily I'm left-handed. It's weird, like if I go to pick up a spaghetti sauce that you're cooking, and you take the pan and you pour it up, my arm will, and I'll drop it. And that's not good. So we're going to start with my eyes, Colourpop's Making Mauve, and I'm going to also use that Taupe, because I'm trying to do like a mauvey purple brown thing. You'll see. I'm going to start with Big Fig right here as kind of a base color. I still have those issues, obviously, because it's almost 2 years later and it's still hurting. Well, the other thing is PTSD. I am terrified of cars now, especially being in front of one. If a car's on, I can't be in front of it, I'll cry. You know, when you go to the store and you walk in the parking lot, the person's in their car and they wave you over. Oh yeah, and you're like, cool, they see me, I'll walk. No. Because in my mind, they're gonna run me over. And the other one is the same thing for me. If I'm driving a pedestrian, I feel like I'm gonna hit him. My car's just gonna go out of control. I'm gonna hit him. So now, why is this Elon Musk's fault? Well, karmically, when you get down to it, it's Elon Musk's company. So Elon Musk is the one who invented these super quiet cars that don't really have a way to tell you that they are on when you're in it, unless you know that you're in it. And I mean, it was his idea. And so just kind of overall karmically, Elon Musk should buy me a house. I mean, he's not going to. And like, in all honesty, he really doesn't. But I don't know. Elon Musk, if somehow this ever gets to you, I don't need a mansion. Just a nice little 3-bedroom house for me and my kids. And here where I live, be like 50 cents to you. Tell you this story because I have to. It's one of the reasons I'm doing the surgery. When I talked to the surgeon, he said probably around end of May, June-ish. So I have a few more months. Good. Just, you know, it's much harder to do makeup and talk at the same time. One of the reasons for me doing this surgery is my accident. I can't be as active as I once was. I can't. Yeah, so I've never been really super active, but I've never been super not active. I've been able to kind of maintain the weight that I wanted. And now I can't. And put on a lot of weight. And then if you go into my family history, there's a lot of weight related issues. Type 2 diabetes is really big in my family. High blood pressure, heart disease, colon cancer is like super big on my maternal side of the family. And I wanted to not be as risk as for those, because I also have we already said I have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which back when I did the research on it 12 years ago, 20 years ago, there was an increased chance of having diabetes, type 2 diabetes later in life. So if you add in the type 2, all of it is like, I really want to avoid getting type 2 diabetes. And since it's such a prevalent thing, the surgery is also something to help that. They have like group therapy sessions and stuff that I can go to and talk about my fears and what I'm going through. But it's kind of like this limbo place. And with the PTSD that my body just absolutely, or my brain loves to hit me with constantly, and extra time to kind of overthink it, I'm starting to get really nervous. And I mean really nervous. I'm getting those, what if I mess it up? What if I'm doing this huge thing to my body and in 3 years I'm eating cheeseburgers again in excess, or all of that. So I'm in that spot right now. And it's annoying because I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited for what can come after it. But it's terrifying. It's also the first time I'm going to be having a major surgery of any kind. As it's getting closer and closer, I'm getting more and more nervous. I'm afraid that what if something goes wrong? My kids are, just going to use a little darker color here that's Taupe. By the way, sorry. I did this one, and then now I'm going to do this just to kind of darken up the color, the corners a little. And they're called Bedrock and Rocksteady. Bedrock's the darker one. So I'm having all these fears. What if I can't change my diet enough? So it's not like I have the worst diet. It's really about soda and sugar. I have a very big problem with sugar. Sugar is my nemesis. And I'm hoping that once I get past however many weeks without having the soda, I don't want it anymore. Everybody I know who's ever had soda says that after they stop it becomes too sweet. It's way too sweet for them, and really kind of hoping that's what happens for me. I mean, brownies are always going to taste good, but I can have them in smaller amounts. Alright, so I'm going to put a little sparkly color on the inside, and I think I'm going to use bicoastal. That one right here. I gotta get my nails done if I'm going to be doing this. Sorry if I make funny faces when I'm doing makeup. I'm getting worried that I'm going to do all of this work and go through this huge change in my life and this huge physical thing, and in a few years people gain it back. And my cousin had it done many years ago, and she kept the weight off. And so I'm kind of looking at her like as somebody I know who has succeeded at it. All right, so the next item is Natasha. This is my foundation. I got it through, I think, one of the subscription boxes. It's mine. I really like these brushes. I got these through another box. Okay, so yeah, so that's what I'm where I'm at right now. Is I am kind of stuck in this what if. Okay, so yeah, and I'm trying to get past it. The joys of my PTSD makeup. Sorry, I got distracted. I have no idea what I was just talking about because I gotta find my sponge. But basically, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Is the fear of everything coming back in. But I also want to think about all the good things that can come from it, the healthiness, I lost a whole sponge, like the elf one. This is Beauty Bakery. It came in like eggs. This I got from my BoxyChain. And it's damp, so I'm just gonna but other than that, like, obviously the fundamentals of the surgery itself. I have good blood pressure. I don't have any heart problems. I don't have any issues like that. So I'm just gonna go real close to make sure I get the, like, I don't want any like weird stipling and stuff around my mouth. That's where I get it. I get it right here and right here. For some reason, it'll get kind of bunched up. Okay, so I'm gonna use this. It's the Sculpt and Go palette for bronzer and whatnot, and then Meet Your Hue, those colors for cover up. My friends have been pretty supportive. My mom is terrified, of course. My daughter is like super hyped for me. My son's super hyped for me. But of course, everybody's going to be a little afraid because, you know, it's a major surgery and it's a big, huge life change. I haven't smoked in 2.5 years, so I'm doing really good. Also, if anybody has any idea how to fix this, I try to learn how to contour the nose and it does not work. I try it, but it doesn't work as good. And when I take pictures, I swear sometimes the angel's like, and I probably saying too much because, well, but other than that, you know, that's where I'm at right now. Just like this waiting game. And it's weird because the longer I wait, the more scared I get, the more all of the side effects I can think about. I have to keep myself off my phone so I don't like look into all of the side effects that could be and whatnot, because yeah, that's definitely on my brain big time. Like, and then I get scared because I watch Grey's Anatomy, right? Mandy Moore's character, who came back after the shooting, great health, and she went in for something small and ended up dying. She just, and for no reason, or you know, she just ends up getting stuck in a coma, never coming out of her anesthesia. For that, sometimes just that just happens. So the longer I'm waiting, the more I'm thinking about the really, really bad side effects that could happen, and things that never happen. The weird, like the 1 in 40,000 chance you have of your stomach just popping open one day. And I'm like, that's gonna be me, because I have like no other indications of anything bad happening. So yep, that's gonna be what happens. That's gonna be me. This is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder in the Smashbox contour kit. I don't think it has a color on it, so that's what I'm using. If you know, if you have any questions, any comments, anything that you think I could do better or worse, or maybe I should just shut up, or things that you want to know that I can tell you, just, you know, let me know. You can always go to my Instagram. I'm on that all the time. I'm probably going to end up talking about this a million times over, 100 times, you know, all the time. But like my mom's big issue with it, other than, you know, it's an actual huge surgery and stuff can happen to me. My mom's kind of worried about the aftermath, which I'm kind of afraid of too. Like I said, I'm not huge. The big issue she has is she knows I'm gonna have the excess skin. The excess skin, you know, is not a pretty thing. It's a side effect. What happens. And so her thing is what's gonna happen after that, and how are you gonna deal with that, and how am I gonna, you know, get past having this excess skin all over my body. I kind of don't have anything else to talk about. Which is weird, because if you ask any of my friends, I talk a whole lot, and it's hard to shut me up. They're gonna be like, you had problems talking the whole time? What's up? So I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier highlighter. It's in highlight 1. I love this. It's one of my favorite highlights, and I will tell you guys one of my other favorite highlights when I use it. But it's so good. Kind of a highlight sucker. In fact, I have some makeup up there that I call it the shelf makeup. I posted pictures a couple of times on Instagram about it, and it is truly my weakness. Is when they press highlights with designs. Like Melt did one that had like a skull in it. It's so beautiful. Staci London has one that's Jessica Rabbit that's up there, and I think I have a Clinique one with like a bronzer that has a bunch of little flowers in it. I have a Jack Skellington one because, well, I mean, I went before Christmas. And you'll notice that I am very much a sucker for highlighter. I love highlighter. But yeah, eventually I'm going to move and not be, I'll have a whole setup, and I want to get those and put them in like a shadow box and have them displayed, because they're just so pretty. I don't want to use them. I'm at this point now, I can really only do a smoky eye. So I'm going to take this pink one I had, the mauvey one, put that first, and then I'll come back in with the brown to kind of like darken it. I can't remember which one said just use what's left over in the brush. I try. I usually end up putting more because I like it like really smoky. And sorry, Bailey, I apologize. I'm going to use the Huda eyebrow pencil, and Milk's Clear and Milk's Dutch to fill in. I'm horrible at this part. I don't do it good. Please don't make fun of me. I have unruly eyebrows and I have a lot of eyebrow hair. So I just kind of do something. Yes, but so yeah, it kind of morphed. I mean, I'm the most boring person in the world. I literally don't do anything. I stay at home most of the time because, well, COVID is, you know, a thing. and my mom's high, whatever it's called. Just so you know, when you're 40, once you hit 40, you lose nails all the time. My mom's high risk, and I save my like going out for certain things. Me and one of my other best friends went to visit my oldest, dearest friend, because she lives in about a 5-hour drive away, and it's the same friend who doesn't think she can do this makeup, and you can't, girl. We went and did stuff. We went to Sedona wine tasting, to do my bucket list of going to Jerome, Arizona, and going to Canduceus Wine, and we in Cottonwood went to Merkin Vineyards, and if you know, you know. The proprietor of these wines is a musician, with my favorite, well, two bands. The third is I Love, but and so I was able to go to his wineries, and I was able to buy some stickers, and I got 2 bottles of wine, one of which I'm going to drink on May 4th. Kind of let's put a good twist on May 4th, so it's not this awful memory. It never fails. I always mess up the eyebrow. Maybe that's why a lot of people don't do the eyebrows online. I think I'll go away and I'll come back for the eyebrows. But yeah, so we did that. So, I saved up my not going anywhere, because I was going to do that to go somewhere. So I don't do anything. I don't go anywhere. So I'm really quite boring. But I do have these things going on in my life that, people go through. And dealing with a workers' comp case is not fun. Dealing with a workers' comp case during COVID is just... And yes, I know I can never get my eyebrows the same. I think of my eyebrows the same way people think about eyeliner. They are sisters, not twins. So I'm going to be going through this, and there's other people out there in the world who go through this, and it's all unprecedented. Nobody knows what's happening because COVID. Everything's so different and so changed. Even the timelines normally, and then we're dealing with mental issues, which are never easy to figure out. I'm gonna put the highlight right around here because I don't know where I learned it, but I like it. I think it makes it pretty. Probably I'll be bitching about my my workers' comp case more than you want to know. I have to get this is how much disabled you are doctor's appointment, but that's been a whole thing. And getting the mental health stuff is a whole thing, a whole different thing, because it's a whole you have to go through jump through all these hoops and do all this stuff to get approved for it. And then I had to do a deposition that they got real personal. Oh, sorry, this is Juniper. It's Colourpop cream gel eyeliner. And then I'm going to use the Milk Kush mascara, which I thought this is so good. So I think this particular one got a little goopy on the top, so my brush gets all kind of clumpy, and I don't know why, and I don't know how to fix that. So if you know, please let me know. So I'm going to be, getting back to it, that I'm definitely going to be talking about that, and then the surgery. And once it gets closer, and especially afterwards, it'll probably be much more interesting, because you're going to get the video from the hospital bed and how I'm adjusting and how I heal. I tend to heal slower than other people. I do. Do you see what I did? But I do heal slow, so. And I just want you guys to know it never fails. Mascara every time. This is a big one, not normally as big as this. but I can't for the life of me put mascara on correctly either. What I'm gonna probably do, because I make really funny faces and I have to fix this, I'll come back with lashes on. Okay, so I'm back. I got my lashes on. They're still drying a little bit. I'm gonna set it with the so let that dry for a second, and then we're gonna put the lipstick on, which is gonna be Thrive Cosmetics, which I love this. It's the Gizian something, Gizian. I don't know what it is, but I love this color. And then the Huda Beauty liquid, and I'm gonna do set. Yeah, can't talk what you're putting on liner, sorry. I swear, at the moment, this is one of my favorite lipstick combinations. I just really, really like how it looks on me. So, here you go. So, like I said, the videos will get better. You know, let me know what you want to see. I also get BoxyCharm and Ipsy, and I just got my first Fit Fat Fun. So we can always do unboxings of those, which I love. I love doing those. I put the pictures up on Instagram and like using that stuff. And any questions you have, anything you want to say, just, you know, let me know. Thank you for kind of growing pains with me and spending all this time and doing my first Get With Me video. And yes, again, Elon Musk, hit me up in the messages or go on Instagram, Staci, Staci.tries.makeup. Come by and see my Instagram, leave me messages, tell me how you like my other looks. All right, that's it. Thanks.